Yeah. 10 o'clock, fiending for the guap. I be beaming, losing balance. Yo, bitch falling on my yacht. They're like, smell like genius. That's my Elon Musk. 10 o'clock, and it's PM.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Rayel, and where have I been? Y'all, to be real, I've just been procrastinating. When COVID hit and a bunch of other things that happened all at the same time, I did not touch my camera again for 7 months. I was getting into my head again, overthinking, doubt and fear, all that stuff, but we overcame because we begin again. That's it. So today's video, I want to talk about my pregnancy. Yes, I'm pregnant. Do a pregnancy sit. Evidently, there's a lot of babies coming out of this pandemic. So, y'all, when they say pregnancy is a journey, it's a journey. There's so much happening physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that's what I want to talk about today. In my first trimester, I found out I was pregnant around in March, but I think I may have been pregnant since February. I had no symptoms. I wasn't throwing up. The only symptom I had of pregnancy was just a missed period, which is what prompted me to go take a test. I actually took 3 of them, and all of them came back positive. Then when it was confirmed at a women's clinic in April, I was already about 10 or 12 weeks. Really, the first physical experience that I had was just being really tired and drained. Like, you'll want to sleep more. You ain't gonna have the energy to do nothing. I was still trying to get up and dance. I'm a dancer. I was still trying to get up and dance, and I didn't have it in the beginning. Also, to find out that I was pregnant was really scary. I'm not gonna lie, that excitement did not come right away, and that's okay. I was scared and conflicted. When I saw myself having a child, I was a lot older. I'm 23. I was done with school, moved out of my mom's house, and in a long-term committed relationship. My reality does not look like that right now. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, what am I gonna do? Who can I write to? Luckily, I have a beautiful support system that really was encouraging. They're like, you know, babies are a blessing. You can do this. Everything happens for a reason. Helping me keep my beliefs positive, my mental positive, and my emotional well-being positive. I surrendered all of my expectations of how I thought my life was supposed to go and what it was supposed to look like. And the shift happened to where I followed in faith, because I have no idea how this whole thing is gonna happen. I don't know what kind of experience in motherhood I'm gonna have, and I just hope it's a positive one. Other physical experiences in my first trimester, I noticed my areolas got really dark really fast. I knew that was to be expected. However, it was like one day I go to sleep, my breasts are normal. Wake up, boom. And I was like, what? There was also a lot of itching, which I didn't think that was common. I wasn't expecting that. Another thing that was unexpected and maybe not talked about enough was indigestion problems. That started for me earlier in my first trimester. I had to cut regular sized meals in half. I couldn't handle a regular portion. I thought that only happened once your belly got big and your baby is pressing on your digestive system. But no, it can happen in your first trimester due to some hormonal changes. Also, bleeding gums. I know it sounds gross and inappropriate. That was also due to another hormonal thing. Anyway, overall, I say my physical experience in the first trimester on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, it was like a 2. I actually didn't have a bad or negative first trimester. It wasn't hard, and actually this whole pregnancy went by really fast, or is going by really fast. I ain't had a baby yet. The doctors or midwives will make it apparent that you have to stay active as much as you can. Don't put a lot on yourself, but stay physically active. That was something that was easy for me to do, but I kept it light. I never worked out over 30 minutes. I did only like, the most is 20 minutes and the least was like 10 or 15, but I really got into prenatal yoga. That was something that felt really good to do in my body over any other physical activity. So if you just do that, you're gonna be okay. I wasn't showing much of my first trimester. I was still able to fit in my clothes. I was wearing like whole crop tops out here. And even going into my second trimester, I still wasn't showing. Going through a pregnancy in light of what's been happening in the world with this pandemic, with what's been going on socially, all of the injustices, our political climate, I made it a thing to really protect my peace. Also, all of the medical and professional advice that was given to me was like, hey, you need to form a bubble around yourself right now. Don't let what's going on in the world affect you or your baby. What has been happening can affect anybody, can create a lot of anxiety and a lot of anger and hostility in anybody. As a pregnant person, we are more sensitive, I guess. We're more sensitive to things, to what we receive, and all of that will affect your baby, whether you think so or not. I didn't watch a lot of news, and I put a cap on how much social media I consumed in the first part of my pregnancy. Instead, I read a lot more, and I meditated, which is a practice that I have been doing for a while, even before my pregnancy. So things like that really helped me. Also, because for me personally, I already live with and deal with anxiety and depression. And going along in this pregnancy also meant that I had to stop my antidepressant that I would take, which swung my emotions, of course. So I really sheltered myself from the external world. I was already going through it, being off my medication, and then for everything to hit with the lockdown and not working and everything on the news, absolutely everything on the news, would have devastated me had I put my focus and attention towards those things. And I stayed connected to my support system, people that were there to encourage me, and people that I felt like I could talk to. My physical experiences for the second trimester, again, not much was happening. The biggest thing that I experienced was round ligament pain, something that I was not prepared for, and I had only learned about it through these mommy books. Round ligament pain, that will keep you in bed. I'm not gonna lie. Your uterus is stretching, the muscles surrounding that, all that area is pulling, being stretched out in ways that you can't really fathom. And sometimes that pain is really sharp or dull. And it was really sharp for me, and it happened in my left side a lot. When things started to open back up with restrictions and I was able to go back to dance class, I did my best to go back to dance class because that was one of my favorite ways to stay active aside from that prenatal yoga, but sometimes I just couldn't do it. I would get to class and be fine, and then halfway through learning the choreography, I'm just like, I'm done, I can't do it, this pain. It'll make you think you ripped something. For me, it was making me think I ripped something. With that being said, you don't want to be too strenuous. You don't want to do anything that you'll feel like you're overdoing it with your body. So I was just listening to my body, and I had to sit out. I still wasn't showing, and it wasn't until actually 17 weeks, I think, that I started to show just a little bit. I had the cutest little baby bump. Oh yes, it was 17 weeks because that's when I announced my pregnancy on Instagram. I was still able to fit in my regular clothes still. It's great because I was actually losing weight before I got pregnant, so I was fitting back into a lot of the clothes that I was already slimming out of. After 17 weeks, watching my stomach grow felt like an overnight thing. I would wake up and then like, boom, I'm poking. It was like watching a loaf of bread rise in the oven. Really though. In the second trimester, they say you will experience a lot of cravings. I don't think I had that either. I noticed that I was eating a lot of fruit. Maybe that's because I wanted to be mindful of what I was actually eating. But I also indulged. I'm not gonna say I had a like straight clean diet. That's not me. That's not realistic. I was pretty mindful. But cravings, like a random craving, like especially for something that I didn't normally eat, that never happened for me, which would have been cool. Everybody kept asking me and I'm like, nah, my eating habits are pretty much the same. Around 20 weeks is when I did go shopping for maternity clothes, which was also like really cute. Everybody said who's already been pregnant has told me, girl, I never shopped for maternity clothes because they were ugly. I hated them. This, that, and the third. I found some cute maternity clothes. One online store, Boohoo, I think I'm saying that right, has some cute maternity clothes. I was like, okay, if I had the money, this would be a whole like wardrobe change right now. I'm not just gonna pick up a few clothing items. I need it all. These are all cute. I got most of my maternity clothes from Walmart though, because that's where I'm at. They were still cute though. And like right now, I'm wearing a t-shirt dress that is before my pregnancy and I can still fit it. So like I didn't have to spend a lot of money and buy a lot of maternity clothes right away. I have a few clothing items, but it was fun. And if anybody gets pregnant now and you feel like, I don't want to buy maternity clothes, I just want you to go look. You know, as a matter of fact, even if you're not pregnant, go look at these maternity clothes because they just got cute. They done upgraded, they done did the damn thing. Around the second trimester, they say you'll also start to feel the baby kick. That didn't happen for me right away. I didn't feel the baby move until like my 22nd week, my 21st or 22nd week of pregnancy. And it started out like feeling like bubbles. It is the coolest thing though. The baby mostly moves at night for me. So when I'm laying down and when I'm at rest is when I'll feel the little flutters. Flutters is a better word for it in the beginning than any other way to describe it. Bubbles, or like somebody said to me that it feels like gas and I was like, no, my gas feels different, but flutters. As baby grows, I can actually like look down at my stomach and see it move, or see my stomach move because of the kicks and because of the stretching, which is a really cool experience. I think that's like one of my favorite things about being pregnant is that baby kick. When I was 23 weeks pregnant, I found out that I'm having a boy, and I wanted a girl, but I'm excited to be a boy mom. My 23rd week of my pregnancy was also my birthday week, and I turned 23. So I was 23 weeks pregnant when I turned 23. And I received the synchronicity with that. I received that I am on the right path and that everything is working out for my good. I am going to be okay. And that was just really encouraging me to feel more positive and to continue to be positive with the decisions I've made and the path that I've chosen. So I'm 26 weeks now. My physical experiences is heartburn right now. And I think it's because I'm approaching my third trimester. Y'all, this is it. And we got here fast. I'll be approaching my third trimester soon. And this is the trimester that everybody says is the longest. It's the hardest. I've been told that you become completely miserable and you can't do nothing but wait for that baby to get at. I don't want to be discouraged about my third trimester though, because my pregnancy has been smooth for the most part this entire time. I'm going to manifest that I pull through without feeling this hardship that is normally associated with a third trimester. We're gonna hope that, you know, this thing has just followed through as fast as all my other trimesters. I was actually speaking with another mommy-to-be friend of mine who is well into her third trimester. She's actually preparing to give birth really soon. And she's a dance instructor in the dance community. So we had this conversation and I said, you know, I'm about to start my third trimester really soon. And for you to be 38 weeks pregnant, like, you give me hope that like maybe it's not that bad. She is moving quite to a, like, she going off still to this day, still teaching and still doing the damn thing. And I light up. She's moving a lot with a lot of energy, to much of everyone's surprise, because we thought she was gonna sit around and lay around till that baby came out. She was like, yeah, I don't understand why so many people have set us up to not enjoy this third trimester like we really can. Of course, everybody's body is different. Everybody's pregnancy is going to be different, and circumstances do affect how you are. But she said a very important thing, and it was that you don't have to manifest any of the negative energy that is given to you about your third trimester. And I was like, yeah, I really want to feel empowered, especially because my pregnancy hasn't been that bad. It has been really good, and I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for every experience that I have. Some of the, you know, more uncomfortable and painful or negative experiences I didn't have. I'm grateful to have missed those things and have been able to do what I can do and experience what I can experience. I just want to have that same energy to the best of my abilities. And you know what? If I don't, I've accepted my journey this far. I'm going to accept whatever my third trimester looks like, but I'm speaking into existence that it is a positive one. It is one without hardship. Any discomfort and hardship that I may go through, may I go through it with ease, may I go through it with grace, and may I continue to be positive all the way through my delivery. That's what I'm putting out there. And we'll see. I'll definitely keep y'all updated. So my last thoughts are that women's bodies are truly incredible. I have a deeper level of respect and appreciation for women, and we create life. And you know that. Of course, everybody knows that. But when you experience that, it's like, wow, it's a whole person. You grew a whole human. You can't fathom that. It's too amazing. I have learned that mindfulness is key and gratitude is key. Overall, your baby is a result of how you treat your internal space, you know, with your physical health, your mental and emotional health, and your spiritual health even. And it's also a result of your external space, your environment, who you hang around, what kind of media you consume, and to do your best to make sure that it's as positive and as healthy as it can be, and to not be so hard on yourself when you have moments where it's not so positive and not so healthy. One of my anxieties about this journey in the beginning was, how am I gonna do this? What is this gonna look like? And what if I fail? What if I am terrible at this? Truth is I'm not gonna know until I have this baby. And as I have this baby, and only when I have this baby, will I experience motherhood for myself. So it's never really something that anybody can prepare for. With that being said, I have to just surrender and release all expectations of myself, because I'm only gonna learn and I'm only gonna grow as it happens, not before. That I can't be hard on myself and I can't expect perfection. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to comment any feedback, any questions about this video. Please like and subscribe. I am getting back to this and I'm speaking into existence that I am gonna be consistent and grow this channel. And I would love to have you be a part of my journey. Until the next video, bye.